Hey guys, Kathy here. Welcome back to another video. And today it's very late, so I'm not gonna put the mic close to my mouth because then this will be ASMR. That's not what I'm trying to do. So guess what? It's 11:47 p.m. and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play a rage game. That's it. We're gonna play Getting Over It. Now get into the video, Kathy. No one cares. New game. Oh jeez, I didn't clear out my space first. Okay. God, I haven't played this in a while. I'm probably gonna suck at it. Yeah, I practiced before this. No, I didn't record my first try at it. Sorry, okay? I didn't know what I was doing when I first tried recording.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over.
Can you not?
If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes.
Yeah, great.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking.
Yes, I know. I've heard
The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games.
Okay.
And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
On the first try. There's no way we're even going to catch that second lamp on our first try. See, I told you. See, told you. Never happens. If you can get the second lamp on your first try through the game, then you're one of those speedrun people who do the speedruns. Just imagine you're a speedrunner person, and the second you mess up once, doesn't matter how far you are in the game, you have to restart, because then you won't get the top record. So you imagine how frustrating it is to have to restart every time you mess up. It's like a game with no checkpoints, which, of course, this game doesn't have any checkpoints, but you don't get like thrown back to the beginning of the game every time you fail at anything. Now the people who do the speedruns do, because they have to restart the recording and restart the game every time that they fail. Now think if you had to do that. That would really suck. I feel bad for the speedrunners. Why does this mountain have to be slanted? Why can't it just be... Why can't I just reach it from the rock? I like playing this game in the middle of the day when I can actually talk normally, because I really like to be loud, but right now that's kind of not an option because it is 11:47 p.m.
That's not a good position to be in. Okay, okay. Yes! No!
Sorry.
No! No!
Don't make the same mistake Sean did. Don't make the same mistake Sean did. Don't you dare make the same freaking mistake that Sean did. What if people bleeped out their cuss words with, like, what if they bleeped out the F word with frick? Like, as a censor noise?
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be
Can
made out of
you not
prefabricated
interrupt my
objects,
conversation,
bought in a
please?
store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand,
Gosh dang
infinite,
it.
and unsorted.
Why can I not just climb it normally? See, a lot of people started raging at this point. But you see, I watched a bunch of Let's Plays, and I know better. Especially because I'm not even 18 yet. If you see even a teenager raging, it's immediately a meme, and you're immediately a cringe. And a cringe. That's good English. You're immediately cringy all over the internet, and everyone thinks it's funny to make fun of you just because you're not 18 yet. I think that's weird. Also, PewDiePie released a video called Kids Are Dumb. I didn't even watch it. I just saw the title and I was like, I'll watch that later. Don't you dare freaking fall off that frick-frack of a freaking snacky mountain. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Okay, this is fine. This is great. Everything is great. Welcome to Happy Fun Time. Family friendly content. I made it.
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs,
Call them
discarded,
GIFs.
forgotten,
I'm very
unrecycled,
offended.
muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
I just love that the first video people get to see of me with a face cam is the one where I have to whisper into the mic. That's a great one. Great job, Kathy. Great job. You accomplished a lot. Also, I don't know why.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
You trying to say I'm frustrated?
Do I look frustrated to you?
No, because one, I know better, and two, it's 11 a.m. p.m. Gosh, if it was 11 a.m., I would be screaming at the top of my lungs, okay? It's not 11 a.m. right now. And honestly, if my mom wasn't home, I would still be screaming at 11 p.m. My mom is home and I don't want to wake her up. So, I choose not to scream at the top of my lungs. Even though it's very fun to kill your throat when you're only 12. Also, it was my birthday like 3 months ago, so you still have to do whatever I say. Just let me up the freaking mountain. I have to keep checking on my camera to make sure it's still recording. I made it, I'm okay, I made it. Did I get quieter as the video progressed, or am I still the same amount of volume? I forgot the word. Am I still as loud? How did I forget the word loud? What am I, 4? No, I'm 3 times that age. God, my neck hurts. Jeez. I'm surprised the camera's still recording. It usually doesn't even record at like 70% very well. But it's at 50% and somehow it's still recording, and I don't know how. So the first clear footage you get of my voice is gonna be crappy footage because I'm whispering. Good job, Kathy. You're a great YouTuber. 3 years of learning how it took you 2 years to figure out how, that you have to freaking edit your videos. Now it's gonna take you 2 more years to figure out how to freaking record them correctly. Oh yeah, by the way, in my first 2 years of YouTube, I just didn't edit my videos because I didn't think you had to do that. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that everything that actually happened was happening inside of the recording. Like whenever it zoomed in on the YouTuber's face, I thought they did that in the middle of the recording, like they changed a setting. And no one did cuts in videos. Like I thought that they just like they were very quick with their hand and on the pause button. I didn't know you could cut. I knew how to do the
In this
pause
context,
thing.
it's tempting to make
Can you
friendly
not?
content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
How long have I been recording for? Hold on, let me check. 20 minutes. Okay, it's 12 o'clock right now. It's pretty much 12. Let me check. Windows key. 12:03 a.m. Can you not? Oh, field your notifications interaction center when you're gaming. Just leave, please. I just want to play my game.
Oof, sorry about that.
Bennett Foddy, I really couldn't care less if you're sorry or not. What's over here? Can we go over here? I want to go over here. Let me go up there. You can't tell me what I can't do. I don't care if it's the wrong way. I want up. I want up. There's nothing you can do to stop me. I will get up there, and I don't care how many minutes of my life I waste. I will get up there. This isn't gonna work, is it? Fine, I'll go the way you're supposed to.
allow it happen again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
Should I stop recording? No, I want to make it back to where I was, and then I'll stop recording. Voice. Okay, that's where we go. I've said like 50 words in this entire video, and the video's been like 30 minutes long. Do people count contractions as one word or two words? Why do I have these conversations?
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Oh. That's it. I'm gonna end this